You're now watching The Hot Seat, powered by XS Energy Drink. When you're drinking XS, you're drinking the best. Live from the CSL studio, your host, Nesta Can.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes. Happy New Year. Welcome to another episode of The Hot Seat. Yours truly, Nesta Can. Alongside Haitian Sensation, a.k.a. Rico Suave.
I got choked up.
We got my main man, the champ, in the building.
I'm choked up, man.
Live and direct. JD. Welcome to The Hot Seats.
What a good intro.
I knew you would like that.
What a good intro.
Welcome to The Hot Seat, guys. Yours truly, Nesta Can, alongside JD. Pleasure to have you back for the new year. Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year to you as well, my man.
All right, bro. Let's get right into it. We have a lot to talk about today for the new year, the first Hot Seat of the year, first episode. Fantasy. The season's over. Before we do the recap of the NFL season, how did your fantasy season go?
So I did seven leagues this past year. I won the chip in 3. I won the chip in my 2 biggest leagues that I'm in with significant payouts. And then I won in a 14-team league, which, by the way, I actually went back-to-back in that league. And that league was actually the hardest because in that league, the way the standings go is by how you finish. So the year before I finished first, so I got the 14th pick. Yeah. And I was able to win back-to-back championships in that league. And it's been interesting because the league that I did the worst is the league that I was in with you. But then I've had a lot of success in other leagues. So again, going 3 out of 7, a little bit below 500 in regards to my season.
Oh wow! So all ESPN, CBS, Yahoo.
I did 6. I did 6 ESPN and 1 Yahoo, and it was actually the Yahoo league was a league that I had to I co-manage with somebody.
Okay. So the league that you were in with me, who's the champion in that league? Shout him out.
Yo, Darren Petit, man. Yo, man. And
he said he wanted a shout out. So
he gets his freaking shout out. Because by the way, the thing that sucks is, and this is where people troll you. So in the draft, and again, because you got to remember this, right? In the draft, I picked 3rd. He picked 4th, and of course he wins his championship. First of all, my team's been out of contention since week 3. He wins his championship. And I give him a shout out because again, as a league manager, kind of just congratulating him, congratulating who came in 2nd, who came in 3rd. He then says to me back, supposed to say thank you so much for picking Alvin Kamara because by you doing that, I picked Derrick Henry.
Okay. Oh, Derrick Henry, who won him some games in the beginning.
Won him some games in the beginning. I think he lost 3 games for the year.
Yeah, he was hot. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alvin Kamara was a complete bust. So Darren Petit, shout out to him. I mean, he's actually won it. So that league's a League of Champions. So it's actually even extra kudos to him because this is the 2nd time he's won in that league.
He has a good track record of winning and playing pretty decent, being a good manager in your leagues. Then, how many years have you been playing in your league?
He's been in my leagues probably now. I would say probably 6. I mean, he's won 2 out of 6. I mean, the only thing is he's a silent shit talker. Which is the worst kind of shit talking. If you're gonna talk it, just talk it. Shout out to him. He's been quite impressive.
Yeah. I played in 20 leagues. I didn't win anything, guys.
So let's walk me through this, right? How does that statistically happen? First of all, it's fantasy. Let me just say again, won 3 out of 7 leagues. Want to give myself another shout out, but it's all luck and chance.
Yeah.
You played in 21-0.
I mean, I came with some
ticket.
Can I get some props? I at least came in 2nd and 3rd in some of them. That don't count?
You know what? It does. It should count, and it does count. And I'll tell you why. I'm the Boston Celtics. Not everyone's the Baltic Celtics, right? Some people are the Cleveland Cavs, where they win they win a conference final, they put a banner up. So 2nd and 3rd, good job.
Then I had a lot of 12s and 7s and
12s out of 12s.
Yeah, 12 and 12. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, so I didn't have a great season like you, but, I hung in there. I was competitive.
Good. You know what? As long as you feel good about, because it feels like when you're back in school and when you're at PAL,
Yeah.
when you got the participation trophy, like, good for you that you got the participation trophy.
All right, let's move along. Who are some of your fantasy busts this year? We had a lot of them.
What? And interestingly enough, I'm happy you bring this up. So you provide us with a list where at identify bust for the year, and I will say, I had like the top 5. I had 4 out of 5 people who are on that bust list actually were people on my team. Like I think Allen Robinson, significant bust. Like I would say he's probably one of the biggest busts I would say for the year. And he's also somebody that I owned in several leagues. The other one, which I'll be very honest about, and I called it on this podcast. Kenny Galladay.
Oh, jeez.
No.
I
It's
know.
not even fantasy. It's real life. He's terrible. He had 0 touchdowns. I think he had like 598 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Yeah.
17 games this year.
I think that not this season, but my last season, the first year I played in your league, I actually had a decent team, and he killed me. A lot of games when I thought he was going to play, he didn't play last minute because of hamstring, and he scored 0 points, and it messed me up a lot. Yeah, Kenny Galladay is terrible.
Mike Davis is another one. Like if I see Mike Davis, I'm so serious. Like if I see Mike again, all these players that I'm raising right now to you, Allen Robinson, Kenny Galladay, Mike Davis, all were on my team in the league that I was in with you. Like I couldn't make this like.
Were they high draft picks? Did you draft them high or mid round?
Allen Robinson, I think probably like 3rd round. I would say
That's still kind of high,
right? Because think about it.
Yeah.
Because I had Alvin Kamara in the third pick, and then I came after the second pick for me was Justin Jefferson, and then my 3rd pick was Allen Robinson. So that's a big buzz. I would say Mike Davis, I probably got like in the fifth or 6th round,
Okay.
right? Because I thought going into Atlanta, like I thought he'd be like the workhorse because Cordell Patterson.
No one thought that was coming.
Because that's actually the waiver wire pickup probably of the year. But anyway, and then Kenny Galladay, like again, I even said it on this. I said it on this podcast, and again, like I'll stick by this. When you have somebody that you really don't feel good about, like it's all about value. And I felt like when he fell to where he did to me, like I think probably like 9th or 10th round or something like that. Like I was like, listen, he's a number 1. The Giants this is a make or break year for Daniel Jones, right? Like they've added the weapons. Saquon Barkley's healthy. So I was like, okay, like maybe he could be like a top 20, 25. I didn't think he'd be like a top 100. Like, I mean, that's like, it was embarrassing. Like there were more Jets receivers who had better years than Kenny Galladay.
Man. So in that league, who held you down on a consistent basis?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah.
That was essentially the whole only thing that held me down in that whole entire league was Justin Jefferson. Truthfully told, and again, like it's interesting because he is somebody that I wrestled with whether to draft him or Metcalf because I felt like they were going somewhat in the same, like around the same category.
Right.
And I'm so happy that he fell to me over Metcalf because again, like I just think that.
Which round did he fall to you? That's second round. Yeah,
second, late second.
That's not bad.
No, late second. He's totally fine for where he went. But again, like, and then I had Ryan Tannehill. Like, I mean, I just think there was a lot of. I think I had a lot of. The biggest thing I would say to you, fantasy wise, though, even the leagues that I won, I will say the mistake that I made this year is my quarterback situation.
What do you mean by that?
I had Russell Wilson in a lot of leagues.
Oh yeah.
Russell Wilson is.
I think the injury and the team didn't play too well, so it kind of messed you up.
Yeah, I don't know if Russell.
But you were looking if he would have played well, you had that. Oh, that's why if you'd have had the Metcalf Russell Wilson from last year, the combination would have probably been good.
Well, let me just say I had Russell and Metcalf in one league that actually won it, and the only reason that even happened is because the last game of the season, that's when they decided to click. But that's when Metcalf had the 3 touchdowns,
right,
and Russell threw for 4. But up until then, Metcalf was looking terrible.
Yeah.
Like Metcalf was looking terrible. The only other Metcalf quick story really quickly, they had a Monday night game in the week of semifinals, and I was playing against Metcalf. And of course, I wound up losing that league by like 1.4 because Metcalf decides to get like 2 catches for like 3 yards until like it was like, but it's a PPR league, so like it added up to like 2.3 points or something like that, and I wound up losing ultimately.
Damn. Who were some of the fantasy gems this year? Some real gems that no one didn't think would just.
Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
Got to give it to Cordell Patterson.
Patterson.
You got to give it to Cordell Patterson. Daryl Mooney, I would say.
Mooney in
Chicago.
my league, yeah. But he was off and on some games, but yeah, he was pretty consistent.
St. Brown.
Oh yeah, St. Brown, especially towards the end.
Like that. I'm still lost for words. James Conner.
No one thought he'd have been.
Think about it. Like they basically, I think they signed him to like a equivalency of like a veteran minimum.
Was he like the backup over there or the third string, Connor?
He was the second because Edmonds came into the year with Edmonds being the number one.
Right.
And then somehow like Connor's like, and Connor's eclipsed like over I think 12 touchdowns like for the year or something like that. Like he was like killing. So I mean, I would say James. I mean, those are some of the names that I would think about. And by the way, I had none of them.
I'm gonna give you some names, right, of some players, right?
Okay.
And based on what they did this year, tell me where you think they'll go next year in the draft.
Okay.
All right. Cooper Kupp.
First receiver to be drafted, top four, top five.
Ooh, he's going top 4. Dang. I mean, you get picked based on what you did the previous season and also the situation that you're in. So top 4.
Yeah, the only thing
for wide receiver.
The only thing that I would say that I think might change it is again, don't forget people have what they call recency bias, right? And don't forget like the year's not over yet.
Yeah.
So if someone like Devontae Adams, let's say the Packers win the Super Bowl,
Right.
and Devontae Adams is like a big part of that, which he would unequivocally be. Like I think people will forget the kind of season Cooper Kupp had.
Yeah.
But I would say. Unless you have like a Devontae Adams who has like a phenomenal postseason or like a Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp has to be the number 1 receiver coming out next year.
He's definitely going top 10, right?
Oh, easily. And especially in PPR. I mean, especially in non-PPR also. Like I think he is.
McCaffrey. he keeps biting everyone.
Shucks, man. I think McCaffrey is going to be the equivalency of what Saquon Barkley was this year.
Yeah.
He will go. If he stays in Carolina,
he's definitely not the top running back off the board anymore, right?
No. He can't be. Like there's absolutely no way. But if he stays in Carolina,
yeah,
and they don't draft a high running back or bring in a highly functioning running back, he's going to be what Saquon Barkley was this year, which is like you're going to want to take him in the late first because of volume and possible productivity, but it doesn't feel good.
I know. Do you see him? If you see him slip in second round, mid-second round?
Saquon did this year.
Yeah.
In some leagues, like think about it. Like I had one league where Saquon actually went in the mid-second, but in most drafts he went in the end of the first. But even when you draft someone like that, it doesn't feel good.
Feel good, yeah.
Right? Like you see, think about it. Your first pick. It's supposed to you're supposed to be excited. Yeah. Like you're like, I can't. Like, what is their favorite? What is their Twitter handler? Like, what are their Instagram? Like, you draft someone like McCaffrey after these 2 abysmal years.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, your first pick, you're supposed to feel good and say, yeah. And how do I back this up? With the next pick. So when McCaffrey's like, dang, when do I get his handcuff? Or you start looking at things like that. Yeah, so. So you said late first, maybe second, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, he has to go. He has to go there, but again, it's only because I'm telling you, it's the equivalency. Like, mark my words, is exactly what Saquon Barkley was this year, which is like he has potential, he's young, and if they don't bring anybody to really compete with him, then it feels like okay, like he's back there as long as he's healthy.
Yeah.
No. But I also think, listen, I mean, as somebody who's, again, a Cowboy and a Jets fan, like, I'm very big on, like, setting clear expectations. Like, so, for example, like, if the Cowboys lose tomorrow, yes. Am I turning my phone off and hiding? Yes. But am I gonna be like, oh my God, I don't believe this happened? No.
But why would you turn your phone off and hide? Because God's gonna hit you up.
The world will open up and everyone will want to swallow me whole.
Because you've been talking a lot of junk to people. That's why.
No, I haven't said anything to anyone. First of all, somebody you and I both know, Lloyd Daniels. This is you. He's so interestingly enough, he's in the league with me, which is one of my big leagues, one of the leagues that I won in. And again, going into the finals, he hasn't been relevant in that league for a bit record wise. He comes on the chat out of nowhere and says, I hope Gene doesn't win. Like, I was like, I forgot he was even in the league.
Probably because you've been boasting a lot.
I have said a word to the man.
Or maybe because maybe because you boast about not the Jets. You boast about the Cowboys because they're more relevant. And you know people don't like Cowboys. The Cowboys fans are the most annoying fans in the world. They can't stand the Cowboys. You guys are America's team. You guys talk a lot of crap. You know, well, Dean, you guys got, have a lot of history, so you guys could talk that junk.
I think we're misunderstood.
So, you think so?
I think I'm misunderstood. So,
I mean, they in Jerry's world. So, you guys have a lot of stuff going on over there. So, people hate to hear from the Cowboys. And they always wonder why are they America's team?
Because America chose us.
Well, the Patriots do have they said the Patriots have more of it's patriotic. So people say the Patriots are more patriotic. If you had to have a team to represent America, it's the Patriot way. And they've been winning. So they're like, why aren't we America's team?
Because they play in Boston.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, we digress a little bit.
We digress, you digress. Dallas is America's team. There's nothing to digress about.
But the turn off your phone kind of thing. So you're gonna turn off your phone because you've been talking a lot of smack.
No. I'll keep the energy up again. But I won't be like I'm heartbreak with the Cowboys is par for the course.
But if you guys go to the Super Bowl, we're gonna hear from you, right?
If we go to the Super Bowl, I probably might watch it by myself and like in a bubble.
No, you gotta invite us over.
No, I can't. I can't have negative energy around me.
Moving on to the season. What are your thoughts for the season this year? What'd you think about it?
I think they did a phenomenal job in terms of managing through the COVID pandemic, I think it wasn't until really the end of the season like that. I think they only had 1 week where it was like they had to move games around. I think it was 2 weeks. I'm sorry, they had to move games around.
Right, I forgot about that.
They've been very fortunate in that sense. And they didn't have the same situation they had last year with the Titans, where it was, seriously, like with the Titans,
so it happened like a couple of times.
Yeah, they didn't go. It was like 2 weeks they couldn't play. So, I mean, I think the NFL, and it's clear to me they're trying to get their global footprint. So the fact that they had as many overseas games as they had this year, I think they did a good job.
And added an extra game too.
Add an extra game like that. I mean, that's all financial. That's all business.
Yeah, business. Do you like the new format? When one team gets a bye?
I don't love it.
You still like the old format where the first 2 teams get a bye?
I like the old format. The question I have for you though, how do you feel about breaking records with the 17 game season?
What do you mean by that?
So Justin Watt he tied Michael Strahan's record.
Yeah.
Right? Strahan's record was done on 16 games. His was done on 17 games.
I didn't think about it like that.
Right? Like, think about that. Like, a lot of these guys, Cooper Kupp was in contention for most yards and things of that nature. There was a lot of records.
He beat Megatron and Jerry Rice's record?
I don't think he did. I think Megatron's record still holds, though. He didn't beat Megatron's.
But Waddle broke someone's record, a rookie record though. So you got to look at that too.
Yeah. You can look at Waddles. You can look at Pitt. Like, he was up for most yards for a tight end.
So you think that extra game, giving him one less game, probably takes away from?
I did not. You're actually leading. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but now that you mentioned, I think that. You got to put an asterisk next to it. Nah, you can't put an asterisk
next to it because back in the day, again, when you look at some of the sack records that even Strahan broke, it was done based off people who played 14-game regular seasons, right? So it was just something that it's just a fascinating conversation topic that I was like, they are playing an extra game though.
Yeah, true. The more games you have, the better you have to
more chance of
breaking records. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's even like the Dolphins, the undefeated Dolphins. Didn't they? It was less games then, but when the Patriots broke it, Patriots had to play one more extra game, right?
That's correct, but don't forget though, the Patriots still broke it though, but neither team won.
The Dolphins won it.
The Dolphins won the championship, but the Patriots didn't.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I feel like you can go either way.
Yeah, no. I'm not. Again, and I'm not saying it for. I'm just saying just for argument's sake, just something that I was thinking about as I was sitting there, week 17, and there was so many record possible breaking situations in play. I was like, but I'm surprised I was mentioning the fact that this is the first year that there's 17 games and the impacts of that.
Yeah. Do you think AB has a mental problem, or just it's just AB? What do you think is up? What do you think is the deal with him?
I think I'm not going to equivalently say he has a mental problem. I do think there are one or two things. I think one, he might have something there. I think the second, he's not surrounding himself with the right people.
Yeah. He's hanging with Kanye, your boy.
That is not my boy, and there's more reason why I'm saying he's not hanging out with the right people. And again, listen, it was interesting to me when the whole thing came out about his shirt and things of that nature. Like, even if he said, you're out of here, whatever he said, like, there's no need for you to take your shirt off and run across the end zone. Like, I mean, it's just like, and then now he's on podcast saying, he's a football player first. Like, no one's gonna give him a shot now. And he's talking bad about Tom Brady. Like, and again, like, I'm not. And again, he even if he, let's just say what he's saying, let's say it's all true and all factual. Let's just say what he's saying is all factual. You don't say it.
Right.
You just don't say it. Like, it doesn't, like, you just don't say it. So I just think that even if and I think there might be something there, like, either if it's not mental, it's just, there's something that's off about him. Right, he might be somebody who's just socially awkward and like, like the attention he gets from being a football player kind of like has him bring on a persona. But either way, someone around him or everyone around him should have checked him, because now he's like at the Nets game, he's like in rap videos, he's in studios with people, he's doing videos, and it's like, dude, like. Do
you think the talent is still there for Antonio Brown? The talent, he still has something left in the tank? I mean, he was having a decent season this year, right?
He was having decent. He was having decent. No. He never really, because don't forget he had the suspension.
Fantasy. I'm just talking about.
But he had the suspension. Though. Remember, he got suspended for the big vaccine card.
Yeah.
But again, like he was. So when you look at it on a per game basis, yes, he was having a good season.
Yeah.
But don't forget he had an injury, so he missed some games on that. Then he missed some games because of the vaccination fake card. So I mean, he didn't play as many games as people would think.
Right. Brian Flores was fighting in Miami. What do you think about that situation?
That was an idiotic move.
Right.
Like he has to get a job somewhere, like ASAP. Like, I think first of all, they're the first team to lose 7 games in the season, but also have a 7-game winning streak.
Yeah.
I think he's always had them playing hard and tough, and I don't know how much pressure he's getting from management as it relates to Tua.
That's what they were talking about. It's like he wants to do things his way, and management wants to do it differently. What do you think about that now? It's like, it seems like management back in the days, owners used to hire the general manager, stay out of it, and then they used to get the head coach, stay out of it. Give the coach what they need and stay out of it. Now it's like you got Jerry Jones, these owners and stuff.
No need to start with Jerry Jones.
I mean, I only say that because, he doesn't have a general manager and stuff. But just general managers, let's forget about the owners. General managers get in the business with the coaches, and, coaches not feeling good with the general managers. That's happening a lot these days. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think part of it also is like you're now having a lot of hybrids also, right? Like before.
Just give them the players. Give me what I need to succeed and get out the way.
Yeah, but I think so follow me here. Like, I think the reason why I say you're having a lot of hybrids, you're having a lot of coaches be general managers, like there's just so. People
I don't like that.
No, but it's a growing thing, right? So like people are feeling like even now, so back in the day, I'll give you a good example. Part of the reason why Tom Brady left the Pats allegedly was because he wasn't able to get decisions saying in personnel. Like he wasn't able to get. And listen, I think in all throughout history of sports, stars have always had a voice, but not the voice that these stars have now.
Yeah.
Right, like, I mean, LeBron's taking it to like, James, he's OD'd on it. He's like the GM now. But I'm simply saying to you, like, I think now people are like thinking like they believe they can do other people's jobs. So for example, like back in the day, like you rarely have. You'd have to be like, it's rare that you'd have a quarterback telling a coach or an offense coordinator, no, that's the bad call. Like, we're calling this or whatever. Like, it didn't happen. Or we didn't know about it happening as often as it happens now. Versus like now, you can have a freaking rookie going in telling a veteran quarterback coach or telling a veteran offensive coach, like, yeah, no, we're not running that play. Or that's not a good play to run.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like now too. Another thing is that back then when you got hired, you had like some time to build. You had some time, like a good 5-year window to actually build a team. Now it's like you gotta. If you coach is being fired after the first year, like these owners don't have any patience.
Yeah,
it's like
Houston.
Yeah, like how are you gonna turn around Houston in 1 year? You have to really, you
the
have
best
to,
of Deshaun Watson.
you have to. Well, you know what? Going back to the Cowboys, you have to do what you guys did with trading on the draft picks, and then you've heard about that with the with your boy, what's his name, head coach. He traded Herschel Walker. I think he already had Aikman there. He traded with Herschel Walker, and he used those picks. Jimmy Johnson, and the players that he got back, he released them. And when he released them, he got high draft picks. It's on YouTube. And he turned around that team really fast with those draft picks. Yeah. Well, he happened to hit good on draft picks on defense and stuff like that. So
it worked out.
Yeah, you can turn around a team within 1 or 2 years. Like, these owners don't have any patience, man.
No, man, but I think it's not just, I don't think it's just sports, man. I think it's the world that we're in, which is like instant automatic gratification,
right?
Want that
like fast.
That's why Instagram's so popular.
So now, as a head coach now, like Flores, now they say he has a look at situation like, okay, what team is able to win now? Where do we have, does this team, what team gives me the better shot to succeed in? Does it have a quarterback in place that I can win with? You know, not like a Tua, you know, is his defense good? Do we have cap space? So he has a lot of options now, so he can go and put himself in the best position to win.
Yeah, but I also think if I'm him, I'm also thinking about who.
What position would you take if you were him? There's 7 slots open. Houston just opened up today. I mean, I'm just trying to say, with Houston open, it's 7 now.
I mean, I like Vegas.
Really?
I like Vegas.
You like Carr?
I think there's more out there. I think the management and ownership out there is really committed to winning. I think they are with their Gruden situation. Like, I think they'll be very thoughtful and considerate in terms of who they bring on, and I think they'll have a lot more autonomy, in my personal opinion.
You don't like Jacksonville or the Bears?
I hate Jacksonville. I hate the Bears. Well, I hate Jacksonville. I don't hate the Bears. I think the Bears are going to be hard because, I mean, I don't think they have that much cap space, and they don't have much draft capital because they made that the trade with the Giants.
And talk about the Giants. What do you think about the Giants cleaning house? Well, get them in retired, but what do you think about
retired?
That's what they do before they get fired.
I love that he retired. He didn't retire. He got fired.
What do you think about that situation?
I would not. First of all, to go into a rebuilding situation in New York.
Did you like Joe Judge? What do you think about him?
No.
Trash?
No. Listen, I think Joe Judge is a Bill Belichick offspring, and people want to try to hit lightning in the bottle twice. And the Giants went with the defensive back for the Patriots and Joe Judge. That just never made sense to me.
Is Diggs from the Cowboys one of the best DBs in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he is
overall best DB or young deep.
No, not overall. Not overall.
All right, young DBs, young defensive.
Because if you look at how many yards he's been caught on, that's pretty high.
They say he's been getting burnt though. But everyone gets burnt though.
No, but I know, but it's pretty high. I mean, I think his interceptions is what kind of like his interception and his son.
Yeah,
is what fools us to thinking like he's something better than what he is. I still think he has a lot of growth to go, but I think he's good. I think he's top 5, but I mean, I don't think he's the best cornerback. I truly do not think he's the best cornerback. He's not a shutdown cornerback. He had a good year from an interception perspective, but he had a lot of yards caught on him.
You think he's one of the best young corners in the league?
Yeah.
You know who I like better than him? The guy from the Falcons. He's really good.
Taylor?
No.
Tyrell.
Tyrell.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, Tyrell. Yeah, he's pretty good. Especially with there not being much in Atlanta, he's pretty good.
The Jets have 2 picks in the top 10. If you were the Jets GM, what are you doing with those picks?
I think you go defense, probably both, or you go offensive line defense.
You want to go offensive line again? Do you trade down and get more picks, or do you use those picks?
I would love to trade down.
Yeah, because this draft doesn't have that much.
Yeah, I would take Derek Singletary from LSU for quarterback purposes, and then I would try to trade down the number 10 pick.
So you're not touching any quarterbacks this year? No.
Well, no, man. Absolutely not.
What do you think about the quarterback situation with the Jets?
He had a good end to the season, rookie quarterback. I think it'll be interesting to see how him and Elijah Moore really develop going into next year. Elijah Moore had a fantastic year when Wilson wasn't the quarterback. He was okay when Wilson got back. So it'll be interesting to see them develop that chemistry with a full offseason together.
Like my boy Michael Carter, rookie.
You didn't have Michael Carter, right?
I had my other league. I don't think I have any other league.
Yeah, no, Michael Carter.
He had some good games, though.
He did have some good games. And again, I think the fact that, like, don't forget, he started the year not doing anything or not even starting or getting touches. So it'll be interesting to see. And again, like, I think if they don't forget, man, like, we also didn't have Carl Lawson this year. We signed him in the free agent from the Bengals.
Okay.
He's supposed to help us, with getting, pass rushing. He missed a whole year, so it'll be interesting to see. And again, like, Robert Saleh is a defensive guy, so I mean, I think they should invest in the offensive line, and I think they should see, and they could add some pieces, but I definitely think the defensive side would be great, especially since I think the secondary, they're not gonna bring back May.
Yeah. Well, and your guys also lost your big offensive tackle too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
back then.
Yeah, back.
But he hasn't been that good this year.
Yeah, well, I think people think he's just so big and a lot of weight on him to move around, but he's a beast. When he gets you, that's it. You can't do anything.
Yeah,
hands on you.
Yeah, but he's had some injuries, and I don't think he's been that great. I mean, I think Vera Tucker from USC has been a really good pick for us this past year, and he did a really good job.
How about the other guy, the wide receivers you guys been waiting for a year? 2 years ago.
Mims.
What's going on with Mims? They say he just can't. He just can't get.
I think he's done. I think he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, I think they were talking about cutting him this past offseason, and they did. And I think between Cole, we only signed him for 1 year. You have Corey Davis, who we signed for 4 years. I think Elijah Moore you have there, and I think we'll probably just draft. But I think Mims is gone.
Okay, so let's talk about the playoffs before we wrap it up real quick. The playoffs. Before you give me your Super Bowl picks, what are your predictions? How do you think this is going to pan out? We have a super wild card weekend. We have games tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah.
So give me your thoughts on some of the games this weekend.
I think it's a wild card. I mean, exactly what it's called, right? Like, I mean, I think you have Vegas against Cincinnati. I'll take Cincinnati. The New England Buffalo game. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be freezing.
Yeah, it's going to be freezing. You never been to a Buffalo Bills game with 0 degrees?
No,
like
I've
that?
never been to a Buffalo game at all. And then you got, Philly, Tampa. I think Tampa's, should pretty much dominate that. You got Dallas, San Francisco. That should be interesting. I think that Pittsburgh, Kansas City, I don't think Pittsburgh has a chance in hell.
Juju's coming back.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's been activated. Yeah. I put it in the chat. He's coming back. Well, a lot of these guys that were injured, they're trying to come back and make a playoff push. Like Henry.
I don't think Juju's gonna make a difference.
He's not gonna make a difference. Yeah, he wasn't doing anything during. But you never know. It might be give him Ben another weapon.
He does. But the only thing I would say to you up front and honestly, listen, I think this is Ben's Super Bowl. Like, I think if he beats Kansas City, I don't think Pittsburgh's gonna. I don't think Pittsburgh will win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying that would be that would be a huge win for Ben. And kind of going out, even though I know they're playing in Kansas City, I just think that'd be a huge
strangest things have happened, but we'll see.
No, and then you got the Arizona Rams. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, that's conference. I mean, that's two divisional folks going at it with each other.
That division, I think, top three teams won over 9 games in that division. Top heavy.
Yeah, no. So again, it'll all be interesting. I mean, my ultimate Super Bowl prediction is
Packers Chiefs.
I was gonna say Cowboys, Chiefs.
Cowboys, Chiefs.
Book it. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with that. I'm gonna go with the Packers. See, AFC. I don't know the AFC. AFC's been crazy this year.
Your team's in AFC.
I know. I don't know which Buffalo Bills team's gonna show up. I don't know which Josh Allen's going to show up. I don't know which defense is going to show up. Even with Kansas City, which Kansas City team is going to show up?
No, good point.
I mean, they start off really bad. Everyone's, they're done. Then they started to play well. And then towards the end of the season, defense we could count on the offense. That defense is just pretty bad.
Who's your wild card?
I mean,
what team you think would be like as a wild card that you could like to go to get to the Super Bowl?
Wow, let me take a look at that. I like the Bengals, Cincy.
Damn, that's so do I.
Yeah, Cincy. A lot of people, I don't want to say people are sleeping on them, but they play pretty solid on defense, and they have the weapons on offense.
Yeah, I think people sleep on Cincy as well.
Yeah, they might make some noise. I don't believe in the Raiders, Tennessee now. So yeah, I think it might be between the Bills, the Bengals, and the Chiefs. Those three.
Well, I think Tampa Bay has a good defense.
I mean, it's talking about from the AFC.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's an NFC. Yeah.
My apologies.
But I would have put Tampa in there, but they lost everybody.
They lost everybody. They said Mike Evans.
Is Mike Evans coming? Is he going to play?
Yeah, he's playing.
How about their running back situation?
Oh my God, I don't know who's going to.
That's the thing about it. So
yeah.
Brady, if everyone came back this year, if everyone was healthy, yeah.
Yeah, but the defense, don't sleep on their defense. Their defense is pretty stellar.
Yeah, their defense is pretty stellar, yeah.
Right, so, I mean, again, their front seven is pretty impressive. So, again, I wouldn't put it, and it's Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't count out Brady. Every time you count out Brady, something happens. But any final thoughts?
No, man, I'm excited that fantasy season's over with. I can actually, like not be as stressed out on Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah. And Super Bowl by you, right? Super Bowl by Jeans. Let them know to give us an update on the Super Bowl. What's going on?
Oh, I haven't even started thinking about it. I'm just waiting for my fancy trophies to come in right now.
Oh, we got trophies coming in.
Yeah.
Man, do I have to end off with this song again, man? Do I have to end off with the song for you, man? Do I have to end off with the song for him again?
I got 3 coming. Oh, and a championship ring.
A championship ring?
Yeah.
He has trophies and rings coming. Yeah, I saw your trophy collection at your house. It's pretty dope.
Yo,
is there more, or is that with just some of them?
That was just some of them.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right, my boy. It's a pleasure having you on, as usual.
No, man, I'm happy to be on. I'm happy to provide some wisdom and knowledge to you. Do not do that mockery that you did drafting this year.
I'm not going to do it. I thought about it, but this year's draft class is not that good, so I'm not going to.
Smart move.
This year's draft class is not that good, and then the guys who are going to be sophomores is besides Chase, I don't really feel comfortable with them. So my sophomores got to back me up. Because I don't know what the rookies are going to do, and I don't know any rookies this year is going to come out.
Well, you got Najee Harris.
Najee Harris, but he was off and on too. Still. So
smart move. Yeah.
All right, I'm draft regular next year.
Nah,
try it. It might work for you. You should try it one year.
No. Let's wrap this podcast because I'm not trying this.
All right, guys, wrap up another episode of the Hot Seat. Yours truly, Nestor Cannon, JD the Champ.
It's been a pleasure.
And we out of here.